In this video we are going to study about light, chapter 10 of class 10 science. Light is one of the very important phenomena because it makes us things visible to us. Whenever light enters in our eyes from any object or from source, we are able to see that particular object or the source of the light. Light is electromagnetic in nature, so it can easily travel without any medium, and the sun, which is millions of kilometers away from earth, and there is a space, there is no medium in the space, yet it can easily travel that space and it enters on the earth. The speed of the light is very high. It is 3 into 10 to the power 8 kilometers per second. Light always travel in straight line, that you also study in the junior classes. uh, Electromagnetic radiations are those radiations which does not require any medium to travel. The light can be easily divisible into two parts, that is the visible light and invisible light. Visible light have a wavelength ranging from 400 nanometer to 700 nanometer, whereas the invisible light has a two types. One is ultraviolet radiation, which have a wavelength shorter than 400 nanometer, and their frequency is very high. They contain very high amount of energy, and that is why they can easily cross through any object, most of the object. And the common example is X-rays, microwaves, and other type of short wavelength rays, and they are usually used for surveillance, for imaging, for getting the X-rays of the bones, and to find the object carried in the suitcase and others in the airports and all. The infrared radiations have wavelength higher than 700 nanometer, and they have heating effect, and that is why any hot object is always radiating wavelength higher than 700 nanometer, that is heat radiations. So this is all about the wavelength ranging from visible light and invisible light, infrared and ultraviolet radiations. Since we already studied the light always travel in straight line, so it is used for imaging. And first we will study about what happens when a light falls on any object. We shall study what happens when light falls on a transparent object. The light, a ray of light or a beam of light, when falls on a transparent object, some of the light will be reflected back in the same medium. This is called reflection. Some of the light will be absorbed, and this is called absorption. And some of light can pass through this medium, and this is called refraction. So there are three events: reflection, absorption and refraction. In class 10 we are going to study first and third one, that is reflection and refraction. Absorption we are not going to study. First we shall study reflection of light through plane mirror. The image formation by a plane mirror. Whenever an object is placed in front of a mirror, plane mirror, the image is formed inside it. The image which is formed inside the mirror, which cannot be drawn on a screen, is called virtual image. Virtual image cannot be drawn on a screen. So the image formed in the plane mirror is always a virtual image. Secondly, the height of the object is always equal to the height of the image. So we will find the h is equal to h dash, and the ratio of h dash to h is called magnification. So for plane mirror, the magnification is always 1. Thirdly, the distance between object and the mirror is denoted by u, and the distance between mirror and the image is denoted by v, and for plane mirror u is always equal to v. So the three properties we understood. The fourth property is called lateral inversion. What does lateral inversion say is that this is my left hand side. On the left hand side, the r which is written having plane line on the left hand side, and the curved line is the right hand side, whereas the image which is formed, we find that the plane line is standing at the right hand side and the curved line is standing towards the left hand side. So this is how we'll find whatever is there. When we stand in front of the mirror, if we raise our right hand, we find that in the mirror the image is raising left hand, called lateral inversion. Now lateral inversion is very important property, and its two uses we are going to study here. You might have seen the ambulance and fire written on the ambulance and the firefighting vehicles in the reverse order. Why they are written in the reverse order? Actually, when we are driving a car or a motorbike or any vehicle, we see the object in the rear view mirror. Whenever anyone honk or any siren is heard, we see the image. We see that what vehicle is coming behind on our rear view mirror. And in mirror, we have studied that the image is always formed in laterally inverted. So if it is ambulance is written in the right order, there we will find it written in the reverse order, and will not be able to make out that what the vehicle, what is written on it. Similarly, if the fire is written in the correct sequence, then will not be able to read it, and hence the image, hence they are written in the reverse order. So when it is fall on our mirror, we get like this, the correct order, and then we can at once read that what is written on the vehicle. And no sooner we find that an ambulance is coming or a firefighter is coming, we at once give it side. So this is why the ambulance and the fire is written always in the reverse order in the front, but the same things are written behind in the correct order. Why? Because behind we always see the object through our eyes, not in the mirror. So there we'll read it in the proper manner only, and that is why there in the behind the vehicle, the ambulance and the word is written in the correct sequence, whereas in the front of the ambulance and fire, it is always written in the reverse order, laterally inverted. Now we shall study laws of reflection through a plane mirror. A mirror is drawn by a plane line and having a smooth surface towards the polished surface and the oblique line towards the painted surface. When a ray of light falls on it, that is called incident ray. A 90-degree perpendicular is drawn on a mirror, that is called normal. So when a ray of light falls onto the normal obliquely, then after reflection it will be reflected in other direction, and the angle between the reflected ray and normal is called angle of incident, and angle between normal and reflected ray is called angle of reflection. And first law says for the plane mirror, that is angle of incident is equal to angle of reflection, and second law says that the incident ray, normal and reflected ray, all three lies in same plane. So this is all about the plane mirrors. Thank you.